Are you an advanced English speaker, but you feel like you still need to work on your pronunciation to sound more like a native speaker? Well, I developed this exercise to practice with the ing sound. A few of my very advanced students, they don't fully pronounce the ing sound. So instead of staying, they're saying stayin'. And I know that this is something that was told to them would make them sound like a more native speaker. But in reality, I don't know why. I can hear it so clearly, and it's one of those things that makes me realize that someone is not a native English speaker. And really, it's the different pronunciation of the I. So stayin', staying, stay in, staying. It's that I versus E sound that is very noticeable to native speakers when you're dropping that ing and completely changing the ending sound. So I will read this story out loud for you to repeat after me. Pause and rewind if you need extra time to say these sentences, but really practice on not dropping the G. All right, so let's begin this exercise. A quiet trip by the ocean. Anna spent a few days in a small coastal town, staying in a quiet cabin near the ocean. She chose the place after looking at a map and reading several reviews online. She wanted something calm with no traffic and no busy crowds. On the first morning, she woke up early and made coffee, then sat outside, watching the waves moving slowly. The air felt fresh, and the road near the cabin was almost empty. Nothing was happening, and that was exactly what she had hoped for. During the day, she walked along the coast, stopping at small cafes and talking to other travelers. At one point, she met a man who had been coming to the same town for years. They ended up chatting for a while, sharing stories and comparing experiences. Later, she followed a narrow path along the water, climbing over rocks and taking photos. She didn't plan anything in advance, and she didn't feel like rushing. Instead, she focused on being present and noticing small details like the sound of the ocean or the way the light changed during the afternoon. In the evening, she went back to the cabin and spent some time reading and writing. She thought about how different this trip felt compared to her usual routine. There was no pressure, no strict schedule, and no reason to hurry. Looking back, she realized that doing less had actually made the experience more meaningful. So, how did you do? Is it hard to retrain yourself to pronounce that ing if you've been practicing saying in? And this is my normal reading, normal speech. Not one time did I think, oh, I should drop the G or, oh, let me focus on pronouncing the ing. I never had to think about it because as a native English speaker, I never drop the ing. And it's something that I really notice when advanced speakers with very, very minimal accents when speaking English. If you're dropping the G, we can notice. So really practice this, all right? And let me know in the comments if there's any other sounds you would like this kind of exercise for.